mate. How do you feel about the media narrative towards Burnley at the moment in terms of chances of staying up and what you're thinking that people are saying about the club on the outside?
But perhaps maybe a little bit different to Dan. I think I've not really paid as much attention. I think because we've had a few years in the Premier League now, and we've been where Dan was, where we're that team that gets written off, and you get a lot of crap really from the mainstream media, and you kind of feel like you've got to stick up for yourself. I feel like we're at the point now where we don't have to stick up for ourselves. I think it's you can make. It feels now that we can just say make whatever noise you want, and we know that there's something that we believe in, and we'll just and companies built something that's going to be quite special with these younger players. So, yeah, I mean, listen, there needs to be some kind of serious conversations of we need to start picking up points. But I think ours is, at least across the media outlets that actually pay much attention. I think they know that it's a project here and it's going to take a little bit longer, really.
Will it definitely get given the time?
I think so. I can't see why we'd spend the amount of money that we have to make any stupid or rash decisions. It would maybe be conversations about how we maybe need to, I think like the Charlie Taylor one of coming in at left back for me is a good compromise. He's a player who's played probably 100+ Premier League games, and he's our only left back. I mean, just on paper, it was the obvious move to make. So I think
when we spoke 3 weeks ago, though, we spoke about Charlie Taylor and we said, but he won't play him, and we both agreed that. So I kind of like that he did. Because he's obviously recognised. It's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think Dan's team will stay up?
I think they've got a good chance. I think the thing with the Premier League is both I and Dan will be looking and thinking, who else will go down instead of us. I mean, if you only judged Everton off the game you watched at the weekend, you'll be saying, well, they aren't one of the ones in the bottom three. But we all know that from 1 week to the next, Everton can go back to being like they were beforehand. It's not solved Everton's problems overnight. Realistically, I think Luton can probably get to Christmas and not be on very many points and still stay up. If everyone listened to the media this time last year, then Bournemouth were playing in the Championship this season. So stranger things have happened. I think Luton have shown that they can stay in games. I think they've got a real way to sort of combat the opposition and beat them on the counter. It's one of them where I can see them going to Everton at the weekend and frustrating them and coming away with a 1-0 win, or could be the other way around. It is real fine margins, but I think they've got every chance, really. I don't think it's as cut and dry as what a lot of people are saying.
Dan, how do you feel about Jack's team?
I've said since the start of the season, obviously, being on a pod to do with the Championship, I saw a lot of Burnley last year. And I've said all along, I think Burnley will be quite comfortable, closer to mid-table than relegation. However, they've got to adapt to this level. And at the minute, they've not shown that they can. They have had spells. But like I said, the fixtures have been hard. And I think they're coming into a run where it's more fair to judge them. But yeah, I know if Jack thinks we might stay up, and I think Burnley might stay up. We're running out of teams that might go
that's
down.
it, isn't it? Right. So you've both agreed that Sheffield United are going down. Go on then, pick two others, and I think that especially for you, Dan, is part of the problem. I've said this week, I feel really sorry for you and Sheffield United in the sense that you can't go mad financially, as Jack said. We're talking about company's future. If the results continue badly, do they definitely stick with him? It's like, well, they've invested this money. You can't, which is the right thing definitely for you to do. Sheffield United can't for other reasons. And that's part of the problem. Jack's nailed it as well. You look at Everton and Brentford and Saturday, and you go, well, if they play like that often enough, they'll stay up. So it's almost, you start looking at other teams, you're like, yeah, Bournemouth, I think they'll get better. Wolves were great at Old Trafford game week 1, but seems progressively maybe getting worse week on week. Forest, are they? Palace, no. Fulham, no. That's the problem. You start looking at other teams and you think they'll stay up.
I think Fulham might. I think Fulham will drop. I wasn't overly impressed with them. I think they might struggle to score goals.
I agree with
that, to be honest.
But I think with Paulinho staying, they'll be all right.
But we still countered against them pretty easily. I'm not saying they will. They've obviously got points on the board, but I think Fulham will be closer to relegation than mid-table, I think.
I love that you picked on a team that you've already played, so you haven't got her upset.
Well,
Anyone that's coming up soon.
Well, I've seen them, haven't I?
No, that's very fair. I got to pay the two of you back to back very soon, mate. I'm looking forward to it.